they just like, nah, I like it just the way it is. I like being in this space. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. Don't come over here. I don't want to be bothered. I like my little comfortable space in this little bitty bubble. Leave me be right here. Sad situation. Sad situation when you recognize potential and you want to bring that potential out in somebody, and the reason you can't bring it out of them is because they won't allow you in. They won't allow you to come in. And I come into a lot of people, I come into contact with a lot of people who do not want to grow. They're afraid of being challenged. They're afraid of being held accountable. And they become so acquainted with that little bitty space that when you come along, either one or two things happen. They embrace you and they allow you in because they realize that you know what, that they can grow and they can become a better version of themselves, or they push you away. And the reason that they push you away is because they don't want to grow. They don't want to be uncomfortable. They don't want to meet or do something that's foreign to them. They like doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same results because it's convenient. That's not life, ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to always be pushing yourself. You're supposed to always surround yourself with people that are going to hold you accountable and say, you know what? We can do better. You know what? We don't have to live life like this. We can do whatever it is that we want to do. All we have to do is make up in my mind or make up in our mind that that's what it is we're going to do, and we're going to do it. Everything that you're experiencing right now, you thought about it and you created it. Look at your life. Look at everything that you're doing right now at this very moment. Everything that you are doing, you created it. You created this lifestyle. So if you're not happy where your life is right now, do something about it. Change it. And you have to change your mind first in order for you to change your reality. Your reality is not going to change until you change. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again unless you are not willing to grow. And if you're not willing to grow, then guess what? You're dead inside. And if you're dead inside, what use are you? What use are you if your car's in neutral and you're just going whichever way the wind blows? It's time for you to put it in gear. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to become a better version of you. And you cannot do that unless you're willing to be challenged. You cannot do that until you embrace the unknown. You cannot do that until you say, you know what? I want to do something foreign. I want to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable. Because if it makes me feel uncomfortable, that's when I know that I am growing. That's when I know that I'm coming out of this shell. That's when I know that whatever it is that I was doing prior to this was not serving me because I didn't get this feeling before until now. It's no different than going to a job and somebody telling you when you should clock in, when you should clock out, when you should be there, when you should leave, when you should take a vacation, when you should come back from your vacation, how long your vacation should be. I tell you what, you've been working for us for a whole year. So guess what we're going to do to reward you, Mr. Harvest? We're going to give you 1 week vacation. 1 week. And that 1 week you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Because you've helped create our dreams all year long. Now we're going to say, you know what happened? But as soon as you get back from that vacation, you got to get back and start helping us create our dreams again. For year 2, and year 3, and year 4. And guess what? We'll reward you. Instead of a 1 week vacation, we'll turn around and we'll give you 2. Come on, man. Does that sound like living to you? Does that sound like the life that you want to live? Because if that's the life that you want to live, then this video is not for you. If that's the life that you're going to accept, then this video is not for you. Quit living your life on other people's terms. It's time for you to live life on your terms. And you cannot live life on your terms until you're willing to become uncomfortable. You got to be willing to grow. You got to be willing to be moved. You got to be willing to try yourself and test yourself to say, you know what? I know that I can do this. I know it may not have been done before, but I will be the person to do it. You got spirit beings that come along and they try to assist you along the way, but you shoo them off. You shoo them off because you're so comfortable in the little bubble that you're in. You're so much better than that. You have so much potential inside of you that it's ridiculous. But a lot of you don't want to exercise that potential, and guess what you do? You die with your fuel tank on. You You take all of your good stuff with you. And all you're doing is depriving the world of whatever inventions, whatever ideas, whatever beliefs. You're depriving the world of that because you were too afraid to grow. You were too afraid to be challenged. You didn't want to just say, you know what, I'm going to do something different to the point where when I die, I'm going to be remembered. But a lot of you are already dead. You're already dead because you don't have any dreams. You don't have any aspirations. You don't want to be moved. And everything around you is growing except for you. You deserve the lifestyle that you see on TV. You deserve the lifestyle that you read about. You deserve the lifestyle that you see on social media. But guess what? You can't fake it. You can actually go out there and live that life that you want to live. You can actually do it. That's the crazy part about it. You don't have to fake it. You can actually buckle down, discipline yourself to say, you know what, I'm willing to grow, I'm willing to learn things that I have not learned before, and guess what's going to happen? Instead of faking the lifestyle, you're actually living it. You don't have to wait until somebody tells you when you should go on vacation. You don't have to wait until somebody tells you when you should come to work, how long you should be there. You got kids at home that don't see you because you're working 10, 11, 12 hours a day. 2, 3 jobs just so you can put food on the table. And the reason you're doing that is because you're not willing to challenge yourself. So you think that I'm supposed to do it the conventional way and I'm supposed to just go to school, go to work, come home, go to school, go to work, come home. All of a sudden you're 65 years old and you haven't done anything on your terms. Everything that you did within those 65 years was what everybody else wanted you to do. You lived out everybody else and helped them create their dreams and their ideas, and all of a sudden, they got multi-million-dollar businesses. And you're working for these multi-million-dollar businesses, and they're cutting you a fraction of the revenue that they're making, and you're happy. They give you a little overtime, and you're up there talking about, oh man, I got them this week. Oh, but I knocked their heads off this week. You ain't knocking anybody's head off. If you're working for somebody else, who head you knocked off? Quit coming to me with that mentality, oh man, I got them this week. Oh man, boy, I bust their head. You ain't bust nobody's head when you working for somebody else. You around here creating everybody else's dream, thinking that you're doing something. You ain't doing nothing because as soon as they get tired of you, they ship you off. Now all of a sudden they're going to find somebody else to replace you, and you right here unemployed. You unemployed and you right here trying to figure out, man, they did me wrong, man, they did me dirty. Man, grow, challenge yourself. Allow yourself to be moved. Allow yourself to be pushed, and you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to wait until you're 65 years old. You can start living now. You can live your best life now. All you have to do is push yourself. All you have to do is allow somebody to just come along and say, you know what? I know I need some help in this area, and I know I haven't really done it before, but can you show me? Can you teach me? You can pick up a book. You can watch my video. You can do several things to get you to that next level. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm not happy with the life that I have right now. I'm tired of faking it. You don't have to fake it. You can actually go out there and make the money that you want to make and live the lifestyle that you want to live and travel wherever it is that you want to travel. There are planes leaving the airport on every minute of the hour. How come you're not on one of them? There are trains leaving train stations every minute of the hour. How come you're not on one of them? There are ships leaving docks every minute of the hour. How come you're not on one of them? You're not on one of them because you haven't been pushed. You're not on one of them because you rather live a lifestyle of deceiving people and making people think that you actually got it like that, and you don't. Sometimes you have to be told the truth. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, you know what, I needed this. I needed a little kick in the rear end because that's the only way you're going to get to that next level. You got to allow somebody to push you. You have to allow yourself to say, you know what, I can grow into the person that I want to become. I don't have to fake it. Because when the smoke clears and the dust settles, everybody knows who you really are. You can only fake it for so long. So my challenge to you is this. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to be pushed. Allow yourself to live out the best version of you. And when you're doing that, you're living your best life. I am your favorite speaker, Britton Harvest. Hashtag breadcrumbs. Hashtag random acts of kindness, RAK. Hashtag Rack Motivation. I love y'all, and I will continue to love you because it is that love that opens me up to receive the love back.